Hey, welcome back to another episode of Strength and Stilettos TV. I am your host, John Tech. Sorry. I always wanted to do that. I did, y'all guys. I always want to do that. So, when I was younger, not even younger, when I was like high school, I went to school to get my degree in communications because I wanted to be a TV personality. Like at first I thought I was going to be like a TV anchor, a TV personality. But God kind of had some different plans for me. So here I am on your phone screen. Isn't that funny? But speaking something totally different that I didn't even have planned for myself. But it's okay. It's okay. His will is better than my own. Hey, you guys. I'm so excited to see you. Welcome back. Welcome back. I hope last week's episode, did it help you? Was it working? Did it? I need some feedback. Can you guys give me some feedback? Let me know after each episode, how does it work? How did you apply to yourself? Let me know. Talk to me. I just don't want this just to be you looking at me on the screen, yapping my mouth. I actually want a dialogue, a conversation. Tell me how this is blessing you, helping you, changing you, inspiring you, encouraging you, but more so helping you. That will make me feel better, right? I could care less about us looking cute on the screen. I really want to be beneficial to your life. So we are here with another episode. Y'all, this one gonna be good. I know I say that all the time, but this gonna be good. Because God's word is just good. It's just good, y'all. It's good for us, for me, for you. It's good. It's good. And we need it. We need to hear and know what God has to say about us and about our lives. And it makes all the difference. It makes all the difference. So today's episode is I am not the same. And neither are you. Let me hear you say, I am not the same. You are not the same. You are not the same. It's funny because where I'm from the city, DC, people get accused and abused and oh my goodness, about to get taken out when they claim to be different or if they change. Just know people will, bring your name down if you change. Now I'm not saying change like you act like you ain't not even from here or you just come from a whole different planet. But I mean, if you got some pep in your step, a change in your voice, and your Italian things have changed, your demeanor, people will call you a fraud. You change. And I'm here to mute the enemy. Change is good. Let me hear you say that. Change is good. Yes, it is. Change is good. We always talking about how we stay the same. I ain't gonna never change and all this. Cut it out. Cut it out. Change is good. And I'm gonna tell you something. If you have not changed physically, mentally, emotionally, intellectually, something hasn't changed, that is a true red flag that you are not growing at all. That you are not growing at all. So when people say you change, that's a good thing. And I had to come to grips with that in my own life, right? I am not the same. We're going to declare that I am not the same. And neither are you. You are not the same. We're coming from Romans 12:2. Now, you should already didn't have your app downloaded because I told you download the Bible app. Now, don't be disobedient. Yield to the voice of the Lord. Yield to the voice of God. Don't be disobedient. We're coming from Romans 12:2. Do not copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Then you will learn to know God's will for you, which is good and pleasing and perfect. I'm a true witness and a testament to when you change, when you allow God to change you, He does change your thinking. And what He has for you is so much better than what you thought you had for yourself. I'm a living testimony. And I had to testify real quick because it's true. When God called you to be the one to stop dysfunctional norms, to do something different, strange, unexplainable, thought-provoking, or even nerve-provoking, it will cause you to look different, feel different. People will perceive you in a different light. In some cases, you may feel like it's a good thing, and sometimes it's a bad thing. But let me assure you that being the opposite of what seems to be accepted is a path to greatness. I'm going to read that last part again. Being the opposite of what seems to be accepted is a path to greatness. Every person that is great in this earth, or that you consider great, probably did not follow the crowd. They tiptoed out. They went solo. They moved somewhere. They did something nobody else did. They was individual, doing something different, backing up. You know them friends you ain't heard, you ain't talked to for about 6 months, a year, 2 months, 2 years. They not fake. They not phony. They on a path to greatness. And sometimes, this is the hard truth, sometimes I can't be great. You can't be great. We can't be great running in the same circle, being in the same environment, being in the same pace. I have to remove myself, get in tune with what he has for me, be great, and then come back around and say, hey, how you doing? It's crazy that we have to be this way, but I can't be in a place, I can't copy the behaviors and customs of this world, right? I can't allow what's acceptable or what seems to be fun or what the majority is doing. I can't take that as my own. Not if I want something different, because I'm not the same. And change is good, and I'm going to say that throughout this broadcast, because somebody on the other end of the screen on the other side of the screen need to know that you're not the same. And because you're not the same, don't make you phony, don't make you less of a friend, don't make you less of a family member. It just lets you know that you're on the path to greatness, that you're trying to think different, that you're trying to renew your mind, that you're trying to get your spirit right, that you're trying to get your focus right, that you're trying to get your vision right. And I'm here to tell you, high five you, hey girl, hey man, that's what's up. Keep it going, keep moving. And I pray that tunnel vision that you have, or that new life that you're feeling, that new energy, that new love, that new joy that you're feeling, congratulations to you. Keep going, because I can't wait to see everything that God is going to reveal to you. Okay? Okay. Right? Because we're not the same. You don't have to prove nothing to nobody. And this is the thing, when we begin to change and grow, we always feel this guilt or this shame. And some of us may not even identify that as being guilt and shame, but it is, because you feel like you have to prove yourself or to explain to somebody. And then let me give my testimony. That was me. I used to feel so different, and I had to be different to the point where if someone took offense to my change, hear God. If someone took offense to my growth, hear God. I'm going to tell you how the enemy plays with us. If someone is taking offense to my growth, to my change, to my next level, to my promotion, to my open door, to my favor, to my time, something ain't right about that. And if I'm sitting up here trying to explain it, you're like, no, I'm still the same. I'm still the same John Taylor, or I'm still the same Tiffany, or I'm still the same Ashley. Like, nah, man, to my fella, I'm still the same, the same. But no, you don't have to explain nothing to nobody. You're not the same. Yeah, physically, you're the same. If you ain't gained a few pounds or lost a few pounds or cut your hair, you know how we do. But you guys know what I'm saying. Personality, heart is still the same. It's still you, but it's not you. And you don't have to explain to nobody. All you need to say is, I'm in a new space now. God has me in a different light. I'm in a different place in my life. And instead of me sitting up here trying to explain to you that I'm the same, I should be actually welcoming you to come over to this new place, to this new life, to see what this life in God is like, to see what this new life in myself, knowing my identity wholeheartedly, what it's like. I should be inviting you over, but yet I'm explaining myself to you. Something's not right. And I'm here to remind you that you don't have to explain nothing to nobody. You have nothing to prove, nothing to protect, and nothing to defend. That's where you know you're free. That's where you know you're free. And how messed up is it to not be free in your new growth? That's bondage. You mean to tell me that your family or your friends or your atmosphere, your people won't allow you to grow and to be happy? You're changing for the better. I could see if you was like out there and they trying to reel you back in, like, you may need to slow down when you know, in this area, or you may need to back up, or you might want to stop. No. But when you're changing and you're growing for the good, you don't need to explain nothing to nobody. You don't need to explain nothing to nobody. We need to start becoming comfortable with the transformation God did in us and for us. It's not that you're better than anyone. And that's another thing. Sometimes, most times, well, I'm not going to say that, because there are a handful of people, but most times it's never the person that thinks they're better. It's what everybody else tries to put on that person to make them feel like they're better. You ever heard people trying to come to you like, yeah, girl, she thinks she better than everybody because she got this, or she thinks she better than everybody because she got married, or she thinks she better than everybody because she got a husband or man to take care of her child or his child. Like, is it really that she or he thinks they're better, or is it because you think they're better because of the growth that they have experienced? We have to be very careful what we engage in, the type of conversations that we're engaging in with people, right? Growth is good, and it's good not to be the same. Change is good, and I'm going to continue to say that. The benefits of knowing you're not the same have been transformed by the renewing of your mind. It's the understanding of God's will for your life. You begin to see his will as good and pleasing and perfect, and falling off of the bandwagon as the world. Don't nobody want, let's stop here. Why do you want to be the same? No. We always say, I'm different, I don't want to be the same. No, seriously, because some of you really want to be the same. You want the same life as people, as family and friends, or that you see people with. Nothing gets on my nerves than going on social media and saying everybody want the relationship goals as the Hollywood people. Why do you want what makes their relationship goals? I'm sorry, I'm not being deep, and I'm not being saying why, because they're married. Just say, I want to be married. Because they have money, just say, God, I would like for me and my husband to have money, to be wealthy, to be able to support our family, to be able to support each other's lifestyle habits, whatever. But why must you make them life goals? Why must you have hair, the same hairstyle as everyone else? Why must you want the same body as everyone else? Why must you want the same person, same shoe? Why must you I'm getting tongue twisted, you guys. Why do you want these things? Why? Because they have it, or is it something that you truly want? Is it something that you really desire? Why do you want some of the jobs? Some of us want jobs because you heard somebody tell you how much they make. You have no interest in the job, don't even know how to do the job. God didn't give you no skills for the job, but that's what you want because that's what they want, and that's how much they want. Money they make, and that's how much money you make. Stop conforming to the world. Stop wanting what they want. Stop doing what they do. Stop talking the way they talk. Stop raising your children the way the world raises your children. Stop having the relationships with people that the world see fit. Just because you see everybody and their girlfriends going out, why must you think and I'm gonna say this because this is real. Some of you see friend goes and people going out of that, and you think because your friends have things to do, or they're grown, or they're learning, and sometimes it's hit and miss, sometimes you guys get together once or twice a year, you think because they're not with you every weekend that they're not friends. They're not friend goals, because you see some. Only reason you want that, or the only reason you are recognizing that, is because you're seeing someone else do it. You're not the same. You're not the same. Nothing is more exciting to me than to see a man or woman being themselves, being an individual. I absolutely love it. Because nobody can do you the way that you do you. And there's only one you. And God knows that. And that's why he said, come out from among them. That's why he says, don't conform to this world. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Be different. Be set apart. Don't stay in. Let my light shine through you. I have a perfect will just for you that doesn't include everything like everybody else. You're not the same. You're not the same. You may look the same, still have your personality, but you have a new way of thinking. New way of thinking. You're not the same. So the next time somebody try to make you feel like, oh, you changed, stop smiling. Because that's a true indication that you're not the same, that you're growing, that you're flourishing, and that you've changed. And I'm here to remind you that that's a good thing. Let go of the guilt that you're not the same. Change is good. Success is measured differently for different people. But one thing we all can contest to is the fact that growth and maturity causes you to be perceived as different. God causes everyone to change. And then he really showed the world who you really are through the change. It's just like a butterfly going through the stages. The reason the butterfly is so beautiful is because of all of the stages of growth. Growing, flourishing is a good thing. And I'm here to remind you that you are not the same. And that is good news, my dear. That is good news that you're not the same. So I thank you all for tuning into another episode of Strength and Stilettos TV. I pray that this has blessed you. Father, I pray for everyone who will tune in, who will listen, who will hear the word of God. Father, let it penetrate in their minds, heart, and emotions, in their thoughts. Hallelujah. Father, I thank you. I love you for this platform, for this opportunity to speak your word and to do your will. I thank you and I love you. Until next time, you guys. Ladies, be strong in your stilettos. Men, be strong. Be resilient. Be encouraged. God loves you. I pray the blessings of God over you. I pray that you all just have a marvelous week. Continue to have a good week, a great weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.